Recently, I ended things with someone I didn't want to end things with. And now I'm sitting in this hotel room just fantasizing what could have been. I ended it with my friends with benefits on Monday. Today is Saturday. And since I ended it, a leak happened in my ceiling. And now I'm in this hotel room. I don't always wear robes. I almost never wear robes. That's why I had this on. So I'm in this hotel room that had them. And I promise the other videos I won't be wearing this. Even though it's okay if I do. I'll just let you know this isn't my normal wardrobe. This is just for this video. And the one I shot before this one. But I'm just thinking to myself, had I not broken up, we would 100% be here right now together. And I feel like we would be, I don't know, there did be a lot of sex and a lot of fun and maybe some role play. But I ended it because I feel like she broke our agreement. I know it's for the best, and I'm sure in a different timeline, I'm having a blast. We're having a blast. But we had an agreement, and I guess it's up for interpretation, but in my mind, I feel like she kind of broke it. And unfortunately, this is like the third time this same situation has happened to me. And it's mostly has to do with me unknowingly competing with a solid partner someone else is in love with. And whether there's a recent breakup and then all of a sudden I happen to appear, or an ex that's come back into their lives, or a person that's just like an on again, off again partner, and this person loves them, but I'm kind of like the rebound or the second choice. That's how it feels, at least. I don't believe she purposely did this to me, or even if I think it's mostly my thing. And, maybe it was the communication. Maybe I didn't communicate well enough. I know we were talking over text with that. But unfortunately, I am sensitive, and I really want to just be a casual partner and have as many as I want safely and ethically. And I want to be able to be poly, but I'm not. I'm monogamish. And I think that I do know the rules of when it works for me, when like I can have multiple partners and when I can't. And I'll just share it right now. I was going to share it at the end, but if you have just them and they have multiple partners, to me, that's an uphill battle. That's hard for me to do. And I've realized that. But if I have multiple partners, and I can't juggle more than like 2 people mostly, because I just have a busy life. I don't want to consume my life with, sexual relationships or emotional relationships, for that matter, like that. I'm way too introverted. But if I have multiple partners and they have multiple partners, then I love it. But that is very, very time consuming, and it's not ideal for the situation I'm in right now. But with her, I felt used. Not totally bad, but there was a point where I'm like, oh, I'm just like this stand-in. That's how I felt. I don't think she tried to make me feel that way. But it kind of seemed like she had like 3 options, and she was the only person I'm seeing. And I was hurt. I was hurt that she agreed that we're going to be kind of committed for 1 month only. And she kind of like wanted to bend that rule. She did bend the rules, in my opinion, because she pretty much did everything but sleep with him. And she already loves him, and they're going to work on the relationship and hopefully one day get married, I think. And that's what she's kind of hinting at in my mind. And I feel like I wasn't good enough. She didn't even give me really a chance. I don't know if that was something else or what, but, if I'm sleeping with someone, I'm going to ask them questions. I want to banter a little bit. I want to have like, a little deeper conversations afterwards or before. Not like we're going to get married. Not like our future or nothing like that. But a lot of women, when I notice they don't ask me anything about myself, they're not even curious what makes me tick. I want to know what makes you tick. But if someone doesn't want to know want to know what makes me tick, like that just turns me off. I'm just like, okay, well, I feel like I'm doing all the work and it's not reciprocal enough. But I need to speak up about it. I need to figure out a way that I can do it. I'm a very sexual person, and I like the compliments I've gotten from many women that were awesome people. But at the same time, I do feel like I'm way more than that. And I'm not looking for it to settle down. And I know I'm kind of skittish when it comes to relationships. If I'm not sure yet, I need to know. And sometimes I know immediately. Like with her, I could tell this would not be something more. That's why I'm not like as sad or hurt. I just think she's maybe going through some stuff that I don't know about, or I don't know. I won't get into it. But I do want someone to like me for me. And I know a lot of people do. I have friends that fulfill that need, a lot of friends. And I've had relationships where I can tell like they'll always remember me and I'll always remember them. I remember so many of my partners, even if it was like one night or a few times. I remember them. It's weird. They're like special, but they're also like every person's so different. And that's what I love. So fortunately, I don't feel as hurt as I've been in the past, or I would have been. And I'm not even that mad at her because I just feel like I was in this shitty situation. But I think because it was the third time in my run lately, literally like the third in a row since 2021, this has happened. It's just like, ugh. I'm sure I can't be the only one that feels this. I don't know. I could tell it was coming too, because she went from texting all the time and sending pics to like not texting. And then all of a sudden I went days and days and days without hearing from her. And then I realized, oh, her ex, who she just broke up with in April, is back in the picture and he's apologizing. And after what he apparently did, like that person's cut out of my life. I'm not going to judge anybody for giving anybody second chances. I've done it, but I've seen things, and I've realized who I want to be. And I don't want to be a person who constantly goes back and back and back to a situation that kind of showed itself to me. But some more good things that I noticed, I also feel like I regained a new day. Because when she'd come over, I would make sure the house is clean, and I'd plan something, and I'd get all ready, and I'd do laundry and all this other stuff, and like block out time. And sometimes it was hard to do work that day earlier, and afterwards I'm like, what am I going to do afterwards, or when am I going to bed, and it's going to affect my next day. Now I just don't have to worry about that at the moment. So I kind of like that. I don't know. I'll say it again. I'm very introverted. I like being alone and by myself and doing my own little creative things. Because I do take on too much. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but I take on too much at times. And the busier I am, the more happy I am. But then there's this teeter-totter point where I don't feel that way. Also, she can definitely tell me I said this because I know I did, and this is why I'm not mad at her. Is I told her I'm not looking for a relationship. She told me she wants to get married. I don't know what that means, if she's just like trying to lock someone down just to get married, or if there's another reason where it's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get married one day too. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm not looking for it, but at the moment, that's not my focus. Relationships are not my focus right now. So if it's her focus and it's not mine, then it's only fair that she does this. I didn't lie to her and she didn't lie to me. Yeah, actually, I'm making this video because if this happens to me, it might happen to you. Can you be cool with it? Can you just forgive and just let something pass? Because I'll say also some good stuff. She was very kind to me, and she treated me like I was the only person in the room. She said some compliments to me that they're so. I feel like people would think I'm making them up if I told you. Yeah, and also, yeah, there's other reasons I won't say it, but like, there's things that I can't imagine why someone would just make it up. Like that'd be so weird. But yeah, she gave me some very high compliments. The sex was 100% deep connection, and it's indescribable. Like it was just this pull towards each other, and I know she felt it too. I know because I watched her body do things I rarely see. She seemed very grateful to me. And the other thing I want to say is, and I hope everybody takes this the right way, but she didn't have a car, so she'd take the Lyft or a bus to my place and take it back home. So that's, if she ever asked like, hey, will you drop me off or can you pay? I probably would have, but she never did. It was worth it to her to pay to come over and then take off. Like, it's worth it to her. And it's worth it to me too. It was also very nasty and I loved it. I just know she was into me. I know it. And yeah, she told me like weeks on end. She kept having dreams of me, just like wet dreams of me. I'm saying this because this feels good. This feels good to me. You can have this too. You might already have this. I don't know. So how can I be mad at that? I don't feel like she tricked me or anything like that. I feel like we had a really fun thing. Casual is doable. And also casual might just mean you're just dating around, you meet someone, you kind of have like something with them, but like you don't see them your husband or wife or partner or soulmate. Just are like you have something and it's also kind of sexual, or you both want something and it's not awkward. Yeah, I wrote some erotica and she read it and she loved it and it really turned her on. And then I wrote one for her, that was specifically for her. And that, she asked me if she can save it. Reason I'm saying this is like, that's a tactic. This is like a superpower and anybody can do it. Write an erotic story, make it really good. And then once you get some traction, write it for specific people if they want it. Yeah, it's definitely a secret weapon I have. Because I think it's because I'm a director. My brain thinks of things and shots and sequences and stuff like that. So like I can very, very, I can use my imagination to visualize a lot. I'll just say that. The other thing is I know she didn't mean to hurt me. And in fact, it's questionable. Like she didn't want to end it. We were already planning, like we probably were going to plan to hang out Friday and then this would have happened and she would have came with me. That's what I know. And I think she really wanted that to happen too. But at the same time, and I'm just going to say this, I don't think this is on purpose, but it seemed like she wanted it all. And just wasn't going to like, basically like say you wanted to date 3 people and all those 3 people were like, no, just date me. And she's like, well, I'm just going to just do what I want to do. A few other things I'll say is her situation was telling. She seemed to have similar stories that all kind of replayed over her years. That's what and this, remember, I know her very little, but some of the stories had a similar theme, I'll say that. And everybody's got their own thing they got to do and their own choices. There's some warning signs that I saw. My intuition was telling me something. I just noticed less texts and pictures. I kind of mentioned that already. I also noticed, she never asked anything about me. So just be on alert for this. Don't like say like, hey, don't ask anything about me, but just notice, and you just keep asking them questions. Be a curious person. I want to meet someone that's curious. That's very attractive to me. Honestly, maybe that's how she is. Maybe she doesn't ask people questions and she never had to, or she doesn't think about it or whatever. I'm not going to force someone to be someone they're not. I even told her that. I'm like, I don't want you to be anybody different. I just want you to be you. We also had wildly different interests. She seemed to go to a lot of festivals. I think like she went to 3 since I was seeing her, at least 2. I don't care about that at all anymore. I don't need to see a concert again. I've seen all the concerts I wanted to see. Maybe they'll change, maybe they won't, but that's just where I'm at in life. And no knock on anybody else. I know a lot of people that love concerts. Even my cousin, who's older than me, is going to be getting into concerts more, he said. I don't know where she was in life. It seemed like she wasn't in the best place and like just coming off a heartbreak, and maybe I was like that void for a little bit. Something was a little secretive about her that I wasn't that into. Some of her decisions, personally, I found questionable, but I do not judge anybody. And I'm sure a lot of the stuff she's doing or going through, I've done at that age too. So she was like 32, I think. But at the same time, once I do that a few times, I'm like, all right, line's drawn. I'm not going to cross this boundary anymore. This is my thing I do when this thing happens. So that's how I plan relationships now. Like, have your limits. You know, if you want someone to at least text you once a week, and they don't get back to you for 3 weeks, that should be a deal breaker for you. You know, if you're like, I don't want a smoker, and this person smokes every day, and I have to kiss her mouth, don't sit there and stew and be passive aggressive about it. Choose to either, hey, leave. You know, don't be with a smoker, or if she really wants to change for you, then she will. I mean, it's her journey, not mine. And who am I to judge? The final warning was, I've been down this road before. I saw it coming a mile away. My gut told me. I just noticed all the signs, and for whatever reason, I'm attracting this. I'm not. I should have noticed it sooner. I didn't. I think that also I some of the communication we did in the beginning over a DM got lost in the mix. As an INFJ, I don't know if you have the superpower, but I feel like I can know people better than they know themselves. But I also learned over the years, this is something you keep to yourself. You never tell someone how to live their life. Their lessons are their own, and they'll cross those paths. And I'm not even saying, this includes myself too. I have my own lessons. Another thing INFJs do, we foresee patterns. So I notice these patterns, and that's where I stop them. Other people do the same patterns over and over again. And I'm not saying I don't. I definitely do. But I just notice them. I think that INFJs, that's something we do. We notice things. I also noticed my intuition and how I felt. I could just tell something was off, and I didn't know what it was. But I got to listen to that, because it's always right. Anytime I don't listen to it, I find out, I should have listened to it. I also wasn't getting my needs met fully. I was missing that emotional connection, I think. And my love languages are physical touch, affirmations, and quality time. I know I have 3, and I'm sure that's annoying for some people. But I think she was meeting all of those. I will say that, yeah. She was meeting my physical affection, words of affirmation for sure, and quality time. She made time for me once a week. I'm attracted to depth, curious people, and people who strive to like grow and be better than the day before, and always kind of live with integrity. And I'm not saying people have to have their shit together. I definitely don't. But the strive for it, or like they're just not like beating themselves up, but like trying, like that is really attractive to me. I'm doing it right now kind of, but like, are the victims, and they kind of live in that world, and they like that type of attention. And I just can't anymore at this age. Try this. If you're going to do something casual, try this. I just came up with this. I'm sure this is an actual thing, but you do a 1-month agreement. You basically are like, hey, for this 1 month, I'm going to see you once a week or twice, however many times you want to see him. I did once a week, and it's like a trial run, but like during this time period, commit to me, and I'll commit to you. We won't date other people for this 1 month. When the 1 month comes up, after our fun time together, and we see how it went, we decide, do we want to re-up for another month, or we want to like start dating other people now? And you just accept it, whatever they say. We got to about, I think this was the 3rd week, or so we didn't ever get to the 1 month. That's when the agreement kind of was broken in my eyes. But we got close, and I think she was down to continue it. I don't know what would have happened after the month. Another tip, really stop and think what you want. What can you handle? Are you a jealous type of person? Do you need to work on that? Like, don't say you're poly if you can't do poly. If you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, stick to what works for you and what doesn't. Be vulnerable and honest how you feel about others and how they're making you feel. Because no one can make you feel a certain way. I mean, if they are triggering you, it's something you need to work on, or maybe it's just not the right relationship. Like if a smoker triggers you, you shouldn't date a smoker. Or you can just get over that. Another tip, and this one's hard, don't be mad at the other person. Yeah, go through phases, be the victim, be mad at them, vent to your friends about it, be frustrated, whatever. But then at the end of the day, really think about it. Should you be mad at them, or should you just let it go? Just let it go. Did you have fun times? Yes or no? Can't help but look outside. I'm just like a people watcher. I'm an observer. Yeah, so just be thankful for the good times. Follow your intuition. It's almost always right. If you feel something weird, you know what it is, just question it. And you know what? You might be sabotaging yourself. That's also probably a good thing. I feel like I sabotage myself when I really don't want to be in a relationship. So that's my intuition telling me, like, what are you doing? So just go with your intuition no matter what. Because if it's something's really easy, don't start questioning it. Don't start questioning if it's easy. What's this fucking guy doing? I'm sorry. There was a guy staring in the window. But you know what? If you feel uncomfortable in a relationship, it doesn't feel super easy. I think that you sabotage it unintentionally when you start questioning things. But if it's your intuition, definitely follow it. Everybody wants a different type of relationship. It's all a spectrum. So don't judge people if they don't want the same thing you want. Vice versa. Don't get mad at them. It's a spectrum. And everybody has options. It's just, are you putting in the work to attract the right confident people in your life? Because everybody does have options. Don't think you don't. And again, it's hard if you've never done casual. It's very hard if you're the only person and you only have them and they have multiple people that they're seeing. It can be hard, especially for someone as sensitive as myself. I think it's very different if you have multiple people. And also you see kind of I feel like the uniqueness of each of them, which I really like. I like dating two very different type of people. And I'm like, wow, okay, you really shine for me. Interesting how that works out. If I were you, I'd make sure everybody has equal enough partners. But that's you. And maybe you're not a jealous type of person. Maybe it doesn't bother you. And it can definitely work out. I'm just saying what's on me because I just said it's on a spectrum. But I'm not mad at her. I'm grateful. With sex and affection for a while, yeah, I do miss it. But at the same time, like, this is what's meant to happen. I wish her well. I do hope that her and her ex get back together and get married and it works out. That would actually make me happy. I'm not even saying that. But she's respected me. I kind of told her, like, it's over. And, you know, she apologized too. But she really didn't do anything wrong. She was herself. So I hope that helped you. And I'm grateful for the situation. I can't complain. So I'm going to end the video on that. And thanks for watching, for real. I hope that helped.